Alright, morning guys, how's it going? 20 to 4 in the morning, because let's face it, no good fishing trip starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. Right guys, here we are. We're out again. Hasn't really gone to plan this morning. We ended up shooting out a bit of blue water trying to get a couple of reds when we're meant to be going crabbing. But we ended up spending a little bit too much time out there trying to get away from a couple of sharks and all the rest of it, and we've kind of missed the tide now. We've tried to get into a couple of creeks here behind us, but we can't. So what we're going to do is we're going to change tack here a little bit. Going to go down, we're spending the night out here, so we're going to shoot down here, Westmore Island, have a bit of a look around. It's a bit of an old pearling quarters and stuff there, so we might jump up on the island, have a bit of a look around, and just wait till this low tide subsides and starts running in and we can get up one of these creeks. But other than that, another big island there we can explore. Plenty of fishing around here as always. We did okay this morning, got a feed as always, never gone hungry, but yeah, we're just gonna have to try and change tack and see how we go today. Right, so made it over this island here. It's the old pearling place. Not too sure what's up here. Pretty sure I'm tipping there's going to be a sign that says please don't come here. So we'll walk up and have a look and see what it's got. But, basically it's an old pearling station. All out behind me there. This used to be all pearls back in the day. You can see over there, so you've got this island and its brother over there. And joining it is the sand spits. That just makes it the perfect area. Plenty of food, pretty rich water up here for the pearls to grow, or the shell to grow. But, yeah, no, real cool. Oh, there you go. So there you have it. Bloody marvellous. I won't tell you what island I'm on. A few people up here who do know where I am. I'll try and keep this not a secret, but try and look after it. Obviously no one's here, there's no caretaker, so don't want every man and their dog out here. But yeah, this morning we basically took off. Silly o'clock like you've seen this morning. About 20 to 4, and yeah, headed out. Quite rough this morning actually, so I think we topped out at about 15 knots, so we didn't get wet and all the rest of it. But yeah, got out there, nice Chinaman, a few smaller fish. As I said before, we never went hungry. We're not going to go hungry tonight, but yeah, so we decided, as our mission was, we were going to go crabbing this trip, but we sort of ended up, yeah, got sucked into a few more reds, as you always do. But so crabbing come about, but too late. It's far too far gone on the tide. So we've ended up 60 k's, which is obviously a hell of a lot further than we were meant to come. But with the OTT, a couple hundred litres of fuel, it allows you to do this sort of stuff. So yeah, it is what it is for today. It's just a bit of an adventure now. Not much of a fish. Might slip out and have a bit of a go around the reef. Plenty of reef around here. It's quite low at the moment. I don't know if you can see that over there. But, yeah, the tide's gone out quarter way. Jason's just taking the boat out so we don't get stuck here till about midnight roughly. If we if we push that boat up on the sand there. But yeah, magical spot here, ridiculous magical. But you know, if ever I win lotto, I'm tipping I might buy this island, because this is me all over. So this is what it's all about, getting out and about, and this is what OTT, this is where it all started from. There's just so much to see up here, so many places to go, so much that's untouched. Well, obviously someone's touched it here, they built a house, but yeah, it's just out of control. Like the scenery and the weather today, this whole bay here was just a glass mill pond when we cruised in, trying to get a few liveys off the old mooring out there, but that didn't go too well. Yeah, so we might end up tiki touring around the back of the big island there, and yeah, drag a few lures around, see if we can't find a trout, something else, put in the esky. So, but yeah, wow, that's all you can say. Alright, so this is probably one of the coolest parts about walking along these low tide banks, just finding little guys like this fella. Check him out, he'll probably squirt the camera in a second. Hey, here you go, buddy. Not up my leg, not up my leg. Hey. They are the coolest little creatures you'll ever see. He fans himself out. Hey! That's awesome. He just, oh shit. He just literally disappeared into that little hole. But anyway, that was cool. I'm gonna keep walking. So I've literally just worked out what all these little holes are here. They're actually lucky holes. You just see two beady eyes sticking at me in there. There's another little guy in there. And I'm tipping all these other little holes. They've got little ones in it as well. Oh, there's another one over there. Yeah, if you're in a pickled hockey, never going to go hungry here. Definitely not one of my favourites. Oh, there's another one over there all stretched out on top. Get over there, it's a bit rough on the feet, this gear. Oh, the half-bred oyster rock. There's his little hole. We'll find somewhere to go in. Whoop! Try and squirt you to get away. There he goes. Go on. Back to the safe house. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. So these little lockies, kind of the more I walk, the more I see them. They're just absolutely everywhere. There's one just there. It's changed colour. There's two over there that are about to change colour as I get closer. Another two there. One thing I am being a bit mindful of here though is stonefish. There's plenty of those bad boys up here. But, yeah, hopefully Jace will come and get us. Might actually grab a couple of these ockies for bait, to be honest with you. Caught a snapper this morning, a good snapper, and actually spat out one of these ockies whole. So yeah, we might grab a couple. This is me little effort as a David Attenborough. Try not to yell and scream to scare them all off, as I normally do, as most people know. But yeah, what a sick little beach. Alrighty, so that was something pretty cool, something different actually. Just on the drift away now. Just gonna slip out the front, go on the backside, try and find a bit of ground, drag a few lures, drop a few baits. Quickest way to get a bloke to snap his head round is throw your line out with the ratchet on. Get anyone, I tell you. Sorted. There's no fish here. Which will turn that pump on. Just don't go anywhere. Right, so finally made it up the creek now. It's 10 to 5 in the afternoon. Golden rule number 1, if you're going mud crabbing, probably check the tides. So it's taken all day to get this much water, and have a look how much mud's still there. So it's yeah, it must be neeps. Anyway, here's what it is. We've got in here, we've chucked a few pots out, got a few liveys, and we're just on our way to do our first pull. Righto, morning guys. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. We're up the creek, just picking up our nets from last night. So one net down. Oh, this sun's a bit on the sharp side, but yeah, one net down there, no crab. But, got one nice crab last night. It's a bit hard to do the filming in the dark, but yeah, got one nice male. So we'll show him a bit after. Got a couple of small mulloway, legal mulloway, so that was pretty cool sitting in the hole. So we obviously camped up in the creek here last night, and shock horror, no sandflies. So that was bloody awesome. I fell asleep on top of my swag, so I didn't kind of hold too much hopes of waking up with red dots all over me, but it was bloody wicked. So yeah, so we'll keep pulling. We've got what, nine to go, Jace? Yep, nine pots to go. So fingers crossed we can get one or two more. Righto, there we go. Soaking the pots all night, absolutely destroyed the pot. The little bait bag there trying to get in, but nice big muddy, nice muddy. We'll get him out without losing a finger. Righto, there you have it. Another one. Beauty. Got our one in there from last night and this one from this morning. Feels nice and full, about 1.5 kilos probably. Nice crab. Straight in there, ski. Right. Few creature comforts. Little jet ball on the go down there. Big breakfast on the back over here. So obviously we've just pulled our crab nets. I'll turn around. 3 crabs, which wasn't too bad. Wasn't expecting much, to be honest with you. It's obviously mad grey nomad season up here at the moment. There's probably 20 caravans with about 15 little tinnies up there, so it gets hammered here quite a bit this time of year. But just sitting here on the anchor, and the water's crystal clear, which is quite rare for a creek up here. And just while we're sitting here, had a barra swim past, bloody some big brim. What was that other one, Jace? That triple tail cod swim past. Just the life here is amazing, and the water, the clarity in the water, my God. Probably anyone that comes up here to these creeks, they'd tell you. Very rarely do you see it this clear in here. But, anyway, we're gonna have a feed and another coffee, and looks a little bit choppy out there. I'm just panning around. So we're just sitting in the mouth here. It's a little bit choppy on the horizon. We've got about a 70k run to get home, so I'm not really looking forward to that at the moment, but we'll see how we go. I don't know if you can see it. He's a doozy. Big leopard ray, I think it is. Just sitting there waiting for a chunk of meat to come in. You can get away from me half a meal here, I'll give you that tip, because I won't be seeing any of me line if he does. Coffee up.
There's a big blue one hanging up. There's a fucking blue bone like that hanging on it.
I was going to cruise along the shallows here. Jack's there. Alright, so there you go. We're just about halfway home now. Just thought we'd stop and just have a bit of a trawl over some ground here. Bit of shallow. Just got a couple of real shallow lures in. Maybe try and pick up a trout or something like that. But so there it is, that's our trip. Obviously never gone hungry as always. A few crabs, a couple of little mulloway, Chinaman and a couple of snapper, pretty much. That's our bag, so definitely got a good feed. But yeah, so weather's turning on again. It wasn't that pretty when we first poked our head out, but it's just dropped right off now. It's bloody magical again. So as you can see there, we're just on our last notch of fuel there. We didn't expect to go 80 nautical miles down the coast. So yeah, pretty lucky we made it back, to be honest with you. It's been a good trip, pretty cool. It's just yeah, we just didn't expect to go 80 nautical miles down the coast, but that's what That's what building this thing was all about. Send it and see where you end up. So there you have it, guys. That's this episode done and dusted. Had an absolute wow of a time out there. As you can see, some of the footage, and obviously, as all know, the cameras never do anything justice. But yeah, just what we've seen and covered out there, and the amount of ground we covered, considering what the trip started off to be. Yeah, that was crazy. I think total trip distance was about 130 nautical miles, considering we wanted to go about 10 k's down the coast. It's yeah, we went a long way, so that was cool though. You know, it's all those impromptu trips and the unplanned trips that are the best ones. So, you know, as always, as you've seen, we never went hungry. It's a bit of a motto we run here with OTT. We're not freezer fillers. We're just out there to get a feed and to have a look around. So that's bloody awesome. Had a wow of a trip. But fuel usage, obviously, we come back into the boat ramp there. We're right on the limit on the fuel gauge, but yeah, we topped it right up. Well, I've topped it up since we've been home, and it took just on 200 litres. We put in 100 litres when we left. Wasn't actually too sure on how much fuel we had in the boat prior to that, but yeah, so just wanted to see what it'd take, being that the boat's still pretty new. We've done about 60 or 70 hours in it now. I think it's 70 hours, but yeah, so we're still learning, and obviously trying to work out how the fuel gauge is lined up in the tank and all the rest of it, and it is set up absolutely perfect. There's about 35 to 40 litres of fuel underneath where the fuel gauge runs off, so that's your little reserve. So that's how I'd like my fuel tank set up. So you've always got that little reserve tank. You know, we've got 200 usable and about 35 to 40 in reserve up our sleeve, which when we're getting 2 to 1, 2 kilometres to a litre, so it's about, you know, 60 to 80 k's depending on the weather. So that's pretty much what you need, and that'll get you home every time. So but anyway, as always, guys, thanks for watching. I'm not going to bang on too much about the merch, but that keeps us out there, gets us going further and further. So keep up with that. Thanks for your support with all that, and as always, guys, keep watching, tell your mates, and enjoy. Get out there.